Happy 2022 to everyone, and I wish you all good health and prosperity wherever you are listening into this episode. This is our first episode of 2022 and our 20th overall. I will not be joined this week by a resident young man, Kelvin, as he has just joined the workforce and is in a work call right now. Anyways, congratulations, Kelvin. I'm sure you're listening into this. For today's guest, I've just got this to say. When I started this show, he was one of the names on my wish list. So I'm glad to have got him for our show. And as a Sikh, we don't have too many footballers from our community that we can emulate or aspire to become. But our guest today is an exception to that. He played over 100 times for his country and played in the first team and as a captain for the biggest club in Malaysian football, Selangor, and is none other than Datuk Santokh Singh. Sat Sri Akal, Datuk Santokh Singh ji.
Sat Sri Akal, Sat Sri Akal.
How are you doing?
Very good, very good.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on the show.
No problems, anytime.
Yeah, so I think we will start this show on a solemn note. You might have received my voice message on Chevy's thoughts on you. He was on our show.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, as you know, we received the tragic news of the untimely death of Serbegeth Singh. He was a guest on our show and he shared some memories of playing with you. What are your memories of Serbegeth Singh?
Oh, the memories are of course good, but it so happened that unfortunately that he has passed away, which is very sad. And I wish his family all, take it easy. Come on. This is part and parcel of life. Honestly, it's a sad thing to have him passing away.
Yeah, he's quite young as well.
Yep, 61 years old.
Yeah, 61 years old.
Very, very, very young age. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you there at his funeral?
Yeah, I went for the I went for the funeral. I was there.
Yeah. All right. Nice way to say goodbye as well to Chevy.
Of course. A good, nice way to say goodbye to a good friend who was always in my thoughts.
Very nicely said. And Chevy, the family of Chevy Singh, I think, if you're listening in, I think you just got to say, he will forever be remembered by us here at Backpass with Russ.
Yeah.
Right. So the two of you, Chevy and yourself, you share a similarity, and that is you both support Tottenham Hotspur.
All right.
Yeah. I want to know, how did you start supporting Tottenham Hotspur?
I started supporting Tottenham Hotspurs because I come from a kampung where I panas, and I played for a team called Hotspurs.
Okay.
My team was called Hotspurs, and we became very famous. And till today, that kampung name is still there, Hotspurs. And so I followed Hotspurs all the way from that time.
Okay, what year was that roughly? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm talking about 60s, 70s.
Ah, right. Okay. And as a Spurs fan, what has been your most memorable experience?
Memorable experience is I always wanted them to be champions, which I am not that kind of follower. So I hope that they will be within the four placings. And that's all I can say, because why? They play a little while they play well, a little while they play bad.
Yeah.
I can't blame anybody, but I wish them all the best of luck, and I love to see them being number one, of course. But I will be contented with if they can just be within the four places.
Okay. Your all-time favorite Spurs player?
My all-time Spurs player. I don't know whether you remember Steve Perryman.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of him. Yep.
Yeah.
He played centre back as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you model your game upon Steve Perryman?
No, I don't model my game towards with Steve Perryman, because why? Our system of play here is different from their system of play.
Okay. moving on from Spurs, of course, you were part of the Malaysia Golden Era. You missed out on the 1974 Asian Games bronze medal winning team due to an injury,
No,
I
no,
must
no.
add.
I was there.
Oh, you were there?
I was
Okay.
there.
Okay, so my research was wrong then.
I know yeah, your research is wrong because why? In '74 I was there, but I was a reserve.
Okay.
I was part of the team.
Okay.
So in '74 we played. We won in Tehran.
Yes, Tehran.
We became the bronze medalists, beating North Korea.
That's a remarkable feat. I mean, I'll tell you my stories of what I've heard with you shortly. You won the SEA Games gold medal in 1977 and 79 as well.
Yes.
And we all know you qualified for the 1980 Olympics, but for political reasons, Malaysia did not participate in that Olympic Games.
Correct.
And of course, over 100 caps for your nation is fantastic achievement. Yep. What would you say was the secret for the success in that period?
The success of that period is, I would say, I can't take that success to myself, but I would say it was a team event and we all played as a team.
Yeah, every single one of you.
Every single one of us played our positions and played our, like what they said, we kept to our strategies.
And I think coming back to the point you made about beating North Korea, my mamas, they would always be talking, about Malaysia being so good back in the day that it could beat South Korea and Japan and countries like these that were, big powerhouses back in the time. Even today, there are big powerhouses in Asian football. Yes. And Malaysia could hold their own against these countries and beat them. So they always talk about those years of Malaysian football.
All right.
Yeah, so North Korea as well, you just mentioned. Anyways, those listening in, there are bound to be going to be some Punjabi words going to be thrown in this our conversation here today. So
no problems.
I will just translate for those who do not know Punjabi. Mama would relate to my maternal uncles. Okay. So my mother's brothers. And okay, now I'm going to show you some pictures of your former teammates in the Malaysian national team. I want you to share with us about these players because we could have listeners that, like me, who never seen you guys play at all. We've always heard about all the stories about your teams and how you guys have played and how well you played. So
please go ahead.
Yeah, please share with us. So this is the first person we're going to share. Here you go. Recognize him?
Oh, yes, of course. My good buddy Armugam.
Yeah, Dato Armugam.
Dato Armugam.
Yeah, please share with us some stories you have about him.
He was a good player and always the loud mouth. Always scolding people to do their best, and which took us very far.
I mean, as a goalkeeper, I'm sure he's got to be vocal, right?
Yes, and he was very, very vocal.
And he was known as Spider-Man.
Yes, he was known as Spider-Man because of his long hands.
Yeah, and I'm sure he might have made some really great saves back in the day.
Yes, he made some fantastic saves. He made some fantastic saves and some stupid mistakes. I like the hard balls he could save, but easy balls he could let in.
Okay.
But he was a great goalkeeper.
All right, cool. So the next person is this guy here. Tauke.
Oh, Tauke.
Why is he known as Tauke? Tell us.
That one, I don't know because why. It came a household name, Tauke, so we stick to that. And he was a good, cool centre back, always with experience, guiding one another, and he was a cool chap.
Okay, that's Datuk Sochinan here with yourself, Datuk Santokh Singh.
Yes.
Nice beard, I must say. Very nice beard.
At that time, of course, I I kept the beard because this is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a 1980 photograph.
Okay. 19 could be 1970 something. You got some medal that you've won.
Yeah. This is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Olympic medal.
Okay.
Not Olympic medal, the qualification medal.
Qualification. Okay. Nice. In fact, I'm not sure if you know, but Alex San has come out with this 1980 jersey now.
Yeah.
Like this one I'm wearing is also from Alex San.
Yes.
Yeah. So they've just reproduced the 1980 Malaysia jersey.
Yep.
So they're your home and away jersey. Now the final one, this chap here, the late great,
the late Dato' Moqtadari.
yes.
Ah,
What a
he
striker.
was, to me, he was a very, very good striker and very committed towards whatever he wanted to do. And very, very hardworking and always kept to his principles. He was a man of principles.
Okay. And he was, I'm sure, a very fast player, strong.
Oh, yeah. At his age, at that time, he was super fast.
Okay. Good in the air, I guess.
Okay, yes, good in the air. He was basically good in everything that he could do.
Fantastic. Any other teammates you want to talk about from your Malaysian national team? Hassan Sani, maybe?
I would like to say that, I mean, I would pick the 1980 squad. Okay. Because that is the squad that qualified for Olympics. Yeah. And after that, we did not qualify for any Olympics. I would love to say my heartfelt congratulations to all the players who have participated in that Olympic squad. Of course, like the late Armugam, Moqtada, Datuk Suchinan,
James Wong,
Datuk Jamal Nasir, Harun Juso, Devendran. I would pick Khaled Ali, Abdullah Ali, Bakri Ibni, Hassan Sani, James Wong. Oh, I would say thank you for being my teammates and representing the country that we loved for and qualifying for the Olympics.
Cool. Nice to know you remember all their names. That shows the camaraderie you guys have.
Yes, we still have a camaraderie because we have got ex-international association where we always keep intact with all our past players and present players.
Okay, nice. Yeah, actually there was something I wanted to ask you. I forgot.
Please.
We just slipped my mind. Okay, you played for Selangor, right? 9 Malaysia Cups you won as a captain.
Yeah, not as a captain.
Some as a captain.
Towards the end, I was a captain. I won. If I'm not mistaken, I played in 13 Malaysia Cup games, and I won 9 gold medals.
Yeah, and I'm sure you had many battles with Singapore during that time because this show. I am based in Singapore currently, and this show, well, it goes out to Singapore as well. So, what do you remember of your battles against Singapore in those years?
Our battle against the Singapore, of course, it was I would say like what they said, neighboring fight between Singapore and Malaysia. That time, whenever you play Singapore, they take you like Malaysia against Singapore.
Okay.
So
doesn't matter which state you play.
Which state you play.
Okay.
So it was like what they said, a neighborhood fight. Who is a better team?
Like brothers, I guess.
Yes, of course. We still keep in touch. Like I do keep in touch with Samad Ali Piche, Pandi Ahmad, and all. And then we have got a tournament called Sultan Selangor Cup, which we participate. But it so happened during the COVID, we could not play for the past 3 years. So I hope this year I'll get to meet them again.
Yeah. So what do you remember about coming to play in the National Stadium in Singapore? The crowd must have been crazy.
Oh, the crowd was crazy and the crowd was superb. But of course, every time they would like to boo the Malaysians.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes without saying.
Yeah.
I mean, when you play in Singapore, they support the Singaporeans. But when you play in Malaysia, the Malaysians will support us.
Yeah.
So it's vice versa.
Yeah. Good memories. Yes. Now I remember what I wanted to say about the Malaysian squad. Any best friends you had in the Malaysian squad?
I not to say I had any best friends. We were all good friends. Of course, best friends I can't have at that field. I have got one or two best friends who are still attached to me, but those were good friends, and I would say good friends where we still keep on in touch with one another, and I kind of miss that togetherness now.
Okay. Anyone you can name that you were probably closest to?
I was closest to, of course, Isabaka.
Okay. Why is that? Why is that so?
Because wherever we went, we were roommates. So we became so attached to one another that I still have him in my memories.
Nice. And that team really was in its true sense, Satu Malaysia, right?
Yes, it was a real one Malaysia team.
Yeah, all the players of one of different races coming together to represent the country. Fantastic.
Yes, that's a fantastic thing. I would say it was a very united team, and it was fantastic. I mean, I want to be point blank is nowadays you don't get that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do have to agree with you on that. When you see the national team nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on, the last question for this segment. For Selangor, you played against Boca Juniors once upon a time, a friendly.
Yes.
And in that Boca Juniors team, it was captained by a certain
Maradona.
Diego Maradona. What was it like playing against him?
Oh, he was a very, very nippy player, and it was very hard to mark him. But we had to contain him. But we contained him a little bit. Of course, it was a man-to-man marking. So we did not let him out of our sight. And if I'm not mistaken, the scoreline I think was 2-1 or 3-2. I really don't know, but somewhere where we did not lose heavily.
Yeah. You lost with pride.
Yes, we lost with pride, and he was a good player.
Yeah, I'm sure he might have, when you probably chop him down or something, he might have said something to you in Spanish.
Oh, that one I won't be able.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Maybe you would have replied to him in Punjabi.
No. Of course, no.
Yeah. On that point also, I'm just curious to know. On the pitch, have you ever give out any Punjabi gala to players?
Yeah, of course. There are a few. Of course, where I can't tell you now.
Yeah.
It will be very personal.
Yeah.
Of course, you get out. Sometimes you want to get it out of your chest.
Yeah.
So sometimes the only words can come out is Punjabi. And Punjabi, they won't understand. The people who are standing next to you won't understand. So you let loose.
That's the benefit. That's the benefit of being a minority,
Yeah.
All right, Dato. We're done with segment 1, where we look back in your past, your career in the past as a footballer. In segment 2, we're going to look at the present, and we'll join you after the short break.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're back now in segment 2 with Datuk Santokh Singh Ji. Just shared with us some great stories from his playing career. Now we're going to talk about the present. Datuk Santokh, you are currently an ambassador with PJCT, Petaling Jaya City Football Club. So how did that come about?
Oh, it came about because earlier it was known as MIFA, Malaysian Indian Football Association.
Yeah.
So and then there was some things, and then it was taken over by PJ City Football Club. And then, which PJ City Football Club is doing fantastic, because why? Now they have got all, about last 2 years, they got all local players.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And so, and then the management also giving these locals a chance to show what they can do with locals.
Yeah. So for the upcoming season, can you share with us some plans they have for this upcoming season?
I think coming season they are having some plans, which of course I won't be able to voice it out now. But that if only the supporters can come and watch the team play, it will be fantastic. There are going to be many changes, and I think the team is expected to be within the 4.
Oh, top 4.
Top 4. And now, which is a good sign for PJ City.
Yeah, okay. Gonna look out for PJ City now for next season.
Yes.
I know they signed a couple of players from Negeri Sembilan.
All right.
Yeah, Arun Kumar and Bharat Kumar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know those 2 players well. From PJ City, of course, we're going to talk about your former club, Selangor. Selangor is known as the Manchester United of Malaysia. And like the real Manchester United, they are also struggling right now. Yeah. Why would you say, what has probably happened to Selangor in this point of time that they're struggling?
Oh, that one, because you honestly asked me, I am not following a lot of Selangor games, but I still keep in touch. But I think they are changing too many players too fast. And they seem to be changing coaches, and it will make a lot of difference. You know, you can't be keep on changing coaches. You can't be keep on changing players. I mean, we got to have that stability, and then you let them play together. Then you will see results. I think Selangor wants a result today, you know, which is quite difficult. Like when we played our time, it took us quite some time to really come into it and click as a team.
Okay. So that in a way, whatever you've mentioned is also the same problem Manchester United is having right now.
Of course, I'm not a grand follower of Manchester United.
Yeah.
I think you are.
Yeah. I am a fan. Yeah.
Okay.
What about Tottenham? How do you think they're doing this season so far under Antonio Conte now?
So far they did well, but last night's game they lost 2-0.
Yeah.
I feel pity for them. If they had won that game, I think they will be number 2. But now
close to that, number 3, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, now close to that. But still, they've got 1 or 2 more games in hand.
Yeah, 2 games in hand.
Yeah, I hope they win both the games, and they'll be, of course, they'll be the number 2.
All right. Good luck to Tottenham.
Thank you.
Malaysia, the Malaysian national team, they didn't have a very good showing at the recent AFF Cup. I attended 2 games here in Singapore when I was here.
All right.
And so there was a post-mortem that recently was concluded, and nothing much really significant came out of it. I guess the findings from that post-mortem, some people do not trust it to be the truth. Some trust it to be the truth. We do not know what the reality is of that situation, on why Malaysia did so poorly in this recent AFF Suzuki Cup. And also now they've hired a new man from South Korea, Kim Pang-gun. What is your opinion on the state of the Malaysian national team today?
The state of the national team, I think, is rubbish. You honestly ask me, I'm telling the truth. It's rubbish. Because why? That's what when they're talking about. They had this
post-mortem.
Post-mortem. That's what till today I wanted to ask anybody who can answer me this question. Why did they only register 24 players?
They did answer that question, but I remember
What,
they said that they had like 25 players. They had 30 players. Then there were a few of them that pulled out due to injury. One person couldn't make it because of family reasons. And then when they reached Singapore, there were some players that got COVID. But in that sense, I would think that if those players that cannot make it, they got injured, players cannot travel, or they got for family reasons, they got pulled out from the squad, whatever. I'm sure there are so many other Malaysian players you can still call up in their place and make up the 30 squad, 30-man squad,
If that, to me, if I was a coach, I would take the second team and go. If I lose, so what? It's a good experience for the players.
Yeah, I mean, eventually they did lose. Anyways, they still got knocked out in the first stage.
Yeah. So it makes no difference. If you had taken the younger team, it would given them an experience, and they would want to prove to them that they can play better football.
Like the under 23 players.
Yes, I'm talking about under 23 players. They should take them.
And what's your opinion on this whole naturalization of players?
I think it's rubbish.
Yeah, I agree. I do not agree with that at all, because international football should always be about players that are born there. I'm fine with players that are of heritage, that have a Malaysian line, Malaysian blood in them, or one of parents is Malaysian. I'm fine with that.
That I solely agree with you.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to take a foreigner to be playing naturalized player.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. I would rather just, you like what you say, you call up a young player. I'd rather do that.
Yes, I would better lose than bring somebody else.
Because that guy also isn't really, putting his heart out there for the team. He's just there.
He's just there for the money.
Yeah. Mercenary, that's what they call them.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dato, got to ask you about this thing in our community, of course, in Malaysia and in Singapore. I'm sure there are many Sikh footballers that are talented, they play very well.
Yeah.
But why do you think there's been like really no one really coming out through since, of course, the last person was Shabby?
You see, I really also don't know. There are a lot of Sikhs who are good footballers.
Yeah.
But they're not coming out to represent the state or the country because I think they feel dejected not getting selected. So
because you think there's no equal opportunity for them?
To me, I think it's the way they think.
Mentality then.
Mentality, the way you think. Just because somebody does not get there, doesn't mean you give up hope and not try.
Yeah, fair point.
Yes, you go and knock on the doors. You knock on the doors, you will be given a chance.
Yeah. What do you think about, maybe could it be also that parents nowadays are pushing their kids away from sports and getting them in the traditional jobs, your lawyers, your engineers, and whatever else there is?
To me, that also could be part of the reason. And all Punjabis always wanted to be moneylenders.
Yes, in Malaysia, yeah.
So, in Malaysia, so for them it's a big deal.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, you can't blame the parents also.
Yeah, I mean, yourself as a parent as well. Any of your kids made it into?
Oh no, they did not, because they were not interested. So I just left it. I said, I leave it to you.
Okay, fair point. So, and as you are also aware, there's this tournament called the Gurdwara Cup in our community. And how is it beneficial for Sikh footballers having a tournament like that?
You see, beneficial for the Sikh boys is because why? They get to meet a lot of new friends. And then they get to experience what it is to play among one another.
But do you think it helps in their development? As in, do you think they could, by playing here in the Gurdwara Cup, they could potentially be scouted by one of the clubs in Malaysia or even in Singapore?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because why? Like this Gurdwara Cup, it only happens once a year.
Yeah.
So only about 1 month before the tournament, all the boys get together. It is not like I think your Khalsa club they play in the league and they got a team.
Yeah.
So your ways and our ways are different. Ours is when the Gurdwara Cup is coming, then you have training.
I know.
If not, all is forgotten.
Yeah, I played for Negeri Sembilan in the Gurdwara Cup, and exactly what you said happened. That was back in the year 2000 when I played for Negeri Sembilan. So so like what you say, just 1 month or few weeks before the tournament, they got together. The coach also is not really there. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not there. He's not really watching, not really supervise the training sessions. Yeah. So that is the state of Gurdwara Cup. So yeah, true. All right. So that brings us the end to this segment. I think in the following segment, we're just going to do something fun, get to know you a bit as a person. Just going to ask you a few things. What are your hobbies like?
My hobbies now is I'm retired. I'm relaxing at home. So I move around here and there. Like I am an ambassador for PJCT.
Yeah.
So if they have games, I go and watch them play. And at the same time, I go to Selangor Club because I'm a soccer section member there.
Okay.
So I go and watch them playing football. I keep myself busy and moving around.
Do you still play football?
No, I don't. To be honest, I given up playing for a couple of years because I'm scared of my heart.
Right. Okay. So what do you do after you retired as a footballer?
After I retired as a footballer, I coached the Gurdwara Cup.
Okay.
That is
KL or Selangor?
I'm Selangor.
Okay.
And I keep myself moving here and there. That's all. I don't really keep myself involved in state soccer or the national soccer because a lot of people won't like me for my mouth.
Yeah, very honest. Yeah.
I am an outspoken player.
Yeah.
I will say what I need to say. I won't hide anything from anybody. I think I've got my principles.
Okay. On that note, do you manage to, like, after retiring as footballer, do you work in a regular job or nothing? Nothing of that sort?
I used to work with PKNS.
Okay.
Then after that, I retired. I joined Puma, and I was working with them for a couple of years. And after my retirement, I just keep myself busy here and there.
Okay. And would you say when you were growing up, you watched a lot of football on TV?
I would say no, because I was staying next to a field, so I used to see the field
live,
more often.
Live games, yeah.
The live games, yeah.
Okay. Are you a big fan of Bollywood movies?
I'm not a fan, but I love to see movies.
Okay, so what kind of movies you like then? Hollywood, Bollywood?
I like that old stories about Pedda and all that kind of things.
Okay, old Punjabi movies then.
Old Punjabi movies.
So you're talking about movies like Batwara and Long Dalishkara.
Yes.
Okay. I remember I grew up watching those kind of movies as well.
Yeah.
Last month as the actor.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm sure in terms of Bollywood, you like the old songs.
I love a few 1-2 songs.
What's your favorite?
I, of course, often now I cannot tell.
Okay, okay. All right. You know, this show is named An Evening with Datuk Santokh Singh.
Oh,
I got the inspiration comes from an old Bollywood movie called An Evening in Paris.
okay.
You would have, of course, you would have known of that movie.
But I just was curious to know how come all of a sudden you came out with my name.
Well, I've always wanted to interview you as a Sikh, fellow Sikh, you
Okay.
know. I always wanted to interview you, know about your career, your life story in some sense as well. So that's all. That's why I say at the start of the show, you're one of the names on my wish list of people I wanted to interview.
Okay.
And thanks to the guys at Plot Malaysia. They interviewed you. They are my friends, so I managed to get your contact.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're most welcome. Anytime you can get in touch with me. Nothing to worry.
Thank you very much. And in fact, it's very nice to know that I'm just going to share this with everyone that, you know, since making touch with Datuk Santokh Singh ji, every morning he wishes me good morning.
Of course, that's my style of keeping still in the circle.
Okay, okay. Favorite drinks? What do you got?
Liquor or what? Hard liquor or what?
Anything you like.
You see,
I'm a non-drinker like Shabby, so.
Oh, I used to drink, but I stopped now after, I had my problems in way back about 12, 13 years ago.
Okay.
So I used to be a good beer drinker.
Okay.
I love my beer, but after what went through, I gave up, and now I don't make it a point to drink. But once in a while, if I meet somebody and I have 1, 2 beers, that's it.
Okay. Or if you had a wedding or something, right?
Yeah.
Last one. Favorite food?
Favorite food is crab curry.
Crab curry. Oh. Nanda. We call it Nanda, right?
Yeah, Nanda.
Nice. Thank you for taking the time out to speak to us, Datuk Santokh Singh.
Okay, thank you. But I think don't call me Dato lah. No point. I think just be friends.
Okay.
Dato, that one we go for functions or anything, then okay lah. Here we are like friends.
All right. So I'll call you Santokh Singh then.
Please, sir. Please.
Okay. Thank you very much for taking your time out to speak to us, Santokh Singh.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best in your life and future as well, and hopefully we can meet up again. Yeah,
sure do. Thank you very much for the wonderful conversation.
I would say we should meet up in person.
Anytime. Whenever you are down, you give me a tinkle. Might be I can meet you somewhere. No problem. Right. We can have a teh tarik or what.
All right, sure, will do.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Problem. So with that, we bring to the end this episode called An Evening with Datuk Santokh Singh. Goodbye until we meet again. Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao.